body to stay at a stranger's house. Hey, listen, desperate times call for desperate measures. Anybody got a mansion with a pool in the backyard that I could exchange for, you know what I'm saying?
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K Holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.
What is good, HollaSquad? We are the latest squad on the YouTube platform. Listen, today we're back with another reaction. Y'all see what we got here. All right, this ain't Annie Recap. What's the name of this channel? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Recap. Let's go hit that like button. Listen, y'all know Rule 34 connoisseur myself. My man gave us some quality content. Like I see by this opening scene and things of that nature. So let's get it.
Oh boy, do we have something borderline criminal for you guys today. That's your favorite type of show, isn't it?
Yo,
that's okay,
the
because
Donkahong
too.
is
Most of the
ballooing,
time,
boy. Them
I
joints is
still have
ballooing.
Dreams of wholesome anime. We got one middle-aged man, two extremely miserable women, and one runaway high school girl offering to sleep with him to stay at his
middle-aged man with a yo, he's done. Get Leonardo DiCaprio out of here. What is he? What are we doing? Huh?
place. FBI, open up! Mix those all together and you get Chemical X. Things are about to get real spicy. Yoshida is a middle-aged man who just can't have his life set straight. Some people, like him, just can't get anything going their way. Very relatable. But my man has got values, and that's what makes him special. Kinda. To add to all of his wounds, Yoshida is a programmer, and that just makes him Ultra Max Virgin. He has no game. Let's just say he has negative game when it comes to girls. Currently, Yoshida is on that's really relatable, holy frick. Currently, Yoshida is on a date with his boss. Yes, you heard it right. His boss. Cause my man only knows how to aim high. Yoshida has been in love with her for about 5 years now, and finally managed to take her out to a nice restaurant for dinner. The woman eats her fill, and oh boy, she eats like a cow. But Yoshida don't mind at all. I mean, why would he? They were on a date. Her eating meant she was into him, right?
No.
No, why would you think that, you frackin' bot?
Bro, I know people saved in people's phone as food. Okay?
Eating her
don't mean nothing.
Yoshida asks her if she wants to go.
Oh yeah, we gotta unsubscribe from that last channel. That channel was dookie. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that ship just went down the drain. The woman gets up and tells him she's actually dating someone else. And she has been for 5 years now. Exactly, Yoshida. I'm as pissed as you are. If you're dating someone for 5 years, then you don't just bait someone into a date for free food. That's beyond despicable, and I've never done that because I am a professional at dates. Have I made that point clear? Anyways, Yoshida does the sensible thing that any man would do once he gets rejected. He goes to a local pub with his friends and gets hammered. He gets so drunk that he has no idea
don't do that.
He is
don't do
what
that.
He is doing. After arguing with himself and his failures, Yoshida heads back to his home. It's pretty late.
Bro, when you go on dates, all you gotta do is be yourself, bro. Chill.
This is a young teenage lady sitting on the She is sitting in a questionable position, almost as if she wanted to attract attention to herself. Almost involuntarily.
She's at her coochie hanging out like that?
Towards the girl and asks her what the hell she was doing alone late at night, sussily sitting by a lamppost. The girl looks at him with innocent eyes and tells him that she had to run away from home and had nowhere else to go. This does seem like a honey trap to me. Yoshida, an innocent man, decides to give the poor girl a chance to stay at his house for the night. The speed by which this whole thing is escalated does seem a wee bit too sus for me.
Facts.
Yoshida takes the girl back to his broke fricker one-room apartment. There's trash everywhere and unwashed dishes just lying around. Yoshida was living a true gamer life.
Hold up, and you went on a date? What if your date wanted to come home and get the Doonies beat? She coming home to the garbage all over the sea. You wasn't thinking ahead, bro.
Not a care in the world. Before opening the door to his room, Yoshida promises to himself that he will let only the girl remain there for 1 day, and that was it. The next day, the girl would have to be out of there. Yoshida is no simp.
She's about to put that thing on his forehead, boy.
Anti-Simp Academy with yours truly. We have graduated from the same class as you see in this picture. I lost the picture. He falls onto his bed as soon as he gets in, and the fracking minor starts offering herself to him in exchange for letting him stay in the house. Yoshida has his...
The minor. If we don't get EDP 447, what was his name? You know what I'm saying? He won up, though.
Don't taste
He's
that
done.
He went to Anti-Simp Academy. He ain't taking some rando into his bed just like that, especially if that rando is on the clock. He only likes women with big and beautiful personality.
Personalities.
Likes women with a good personality, like his boss, Goto. I mean, she definitely does have a big, round, beautiful personality.
Yeah.
That's what he likes. Besides, he wasn't looking to go to jail, as I've been reiterating. His life was just as crappy as it was. No need to make it worse. The girl is confused. This hadn't happened before. She sighs a sigh of relief and goes to sleep on the floor. When Yoshida wakes up, his drunkenness finally leaves his mind. And when he sees a teenage girl in his home, his soul leaves his body. Just what the hell happened last night? He makes some inspections, some really, really inappropriate inspections, and is glad he didn't do anything to the girl. Thank the heavens for that. We all would have been put on a watch list if he did. You, me, and especially
Now speak for yourself, all right? I'm watching the recap, all right? So
the creators of this frickin' mess.
True.
She had made some miso soup for him, the only proper homemade
Miso
meal he
soup
had
bussin'?
in many, many months. Yoshida is really confused as to what happened, as he only remembers black panties from last night. Yes, black panties. That's how our protagonist comes to terms with the whole situation. But all in all, our guy is a good guy. And I say that with quotation marks. The next day had arrived, and the girl finally reveals her name, Sayu, and then reveals her, fair chest for Yoshida to examine. But our man, our dude here, strong as a rock. He doesn't so much as flinch.
when you say strong as a rock, what do you mean by that?
He was not interested in
Ghost was
teenage
good.
girls. No, sir. He went to Anti-Simp Academy. Her personality might be sizably bigger for a teenage girl, but he knows that Goto's ones are better and bigger, and those are the ones he prefers. I suddenly don't feel so good. It's getting hot in here. Sayu is confused. Personally, so am I. How can a man be so resilient? How can a man be such a Chad? What anti-simping serum had he bought to make him who he was?
If y'all simping
I'm
over
just kidding.
teenage
I know
girls,
exactly why. It's
go to the
because she
gulag,
is a
my boy.
child, and
Exactly.
he has morals. End
Exactly.
of story. That's the first lesson in Anti-Simp Academy. Thank you very much. No longer am I Mr. Recap, but now Recap Sensei. I'm pretty sure that's already a recap channel. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's already a Mr. Recap. But screw him! There can be only one. Yoshida calms her down and asks her about, well, herself. Sayu shows him her ID. She was a high school dropout who had run away so far from home, hoping to get away from her parents, who could care less about her disappearance. Taking pity in the girl's situation, Yoshida allows her to stay at his place under the condition that she doesn't try to seduce him anymore. She also has to do all the chores since she will be living in his house. Sayu is happy. So happy that she starts thinking there must be something wrong with Yoshida. When Yoshida comes back home that day,
Bro, you need to find somewhere else for her to be.
well arranged and all the chores were completed. It's almost as if he had entered a completely new place. Yoshida, while being a delinquent, is extremely cautious of Sayu and cares for her, even preferring to not smoke in her company. Sayu explains that Yoshida was a really nice person for doing such a thing, but Yoshida simply replies that she was keeping her standards low. He wasn't nice. All the other guys she met were actually just the worst. The next day, Yoshida takes Sayu to the local store and buys her some new clothes and a futon so that she can sleep well and doesn't have backaches every time she wakes up. The two have settled into
That's
a nice
crazy.
little symbiotic relationship, with each benefiting from the other. See, we're an educational channel too. I didn't know what symbiotic meant. Until now, the difference in his life is apparent to his office workers as soon as Sayu appears in his life. His shirt is ironed every day, he looks sharper every day, and he is
She
cleaner
turning him
than ever
up. She
before.
teeing him
And
up.
not only that, his work had also improved a lot. They all think that Yoshida has gotten a girlfriend. Well, that's a fair conclusion, I assume. Yoshida dismisses.
Hey, that's when girls want you the most, though. When you seem like you taking, that's when they start preying on you, right? They gonna start plotting. You gotta stay strong. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong.
Topic entirely, though. The next day, he takes Sayu shopping again. She is reluctant to buy stuff as she doesn't want to be indebted to Yoshida any more than she already was, but Yoshida insists on getting her at least a moisturizer. He wants her to get a phone as well because she threw hers away a long time ago so that no one would try to call her, but Sayu tells him she doesn't want one as she has no interest in phones. Yeah, right. A teenager who doesn't want a phone? Yoshida might be thick-headed, but he ain't stupid. Later at work, Yoshida's new personality finally starts to show off in the office. When one of his juniors, Mishima, approaches him with a faulty code, the two of them remain at the office till late at night.
He about to beat the dunes?
Mishima appears to have developed a crush on him and asks him if he was dating anyone. Once again, reiterating the fact that he had changed so much over the past few months. The girl is clearly giving off hints, but Yoshida has been single since
Appreciate
the
you
dawn of
pulling up,
time,
my boy.
and as I explained earlier, has zero game. I mean, he graduated from Anti-Simp Academy. Maybe that has something to do with it? No, it couldn't be true! He talks to her with zero interest in his tone. Despite him being dense, Mishima still apparently likes him. Wait till she finds out he's sheltering an underage teenage girl in his house. Why
Yeah,
did
you
I
gotta
tell
go
you
back to
say
her crib.
Underage and teenage. Really driving that point home, aren't I? Yoshida gets back home late and is greeted by a warm dinner and Sayu who hadn't yet fallen asleep. He realizes that getting her a phone is absolutely necessary, as situations like this might arise and he won't be able to contact her otherwise.
She's just chilling
So
in the crib
regardless
all
of
day
Sayu's
too?
protest,
That
the
small
very next
crib?
day, Yoshida visits the local phone store to get her an
With
iPhone
no phone?
13 Pro. Ha! What? Nah, I'm kidding. However, Yoshida does spend some time
What y'all think
choosing
about them
his cell
iPhone
phone.
14s?
His friend, who had accompanied him to the store, seemed a bit concerned for him. Why was Yoshida so concerned about the type of phone for a girl who was a literal stranger 3 days ago? He suggests 3 days ago, hasn't he known her for a few months?
Yeah, because they said they changed over months at work though.
I lost my spectacles. Where are my spectacles? Whatever, 3 days, a few months, basically the same thing, right? He suggests that Yoshida maintain a proper distance from the girl and a strict relationship so that he doesn't fall in love with her or something. Not to mention that simply keeping her at his house was breaking so many laws. Yoshida tells him to calm the frick down, assuring him that he didn't like girls like Sayu. He liked girls
That's crazy.
with big and plump personalities. And
Facts.
besides, she was still a teenager. So he wanted to give her a phone, not just for calling, but for other stuff as well.
Communication.
Like makeup tutorials on YouTube or something. I don't fucking know. Now, up until this moment, Yoshida's life was still a bit relaxed and settled. But watch how it crumbles into chaos in just a few minutes. At his office, Goto starts noticing the changes in him as well, and starts getting jealous of all the rumors of him having a girlfriend. She comes by his office and tells him if she can have dinner with him that night as well. Now, my man Yoshida has a degree in IT and anti-simping, and a really tough programming job, but when it comes to girls, he is dense. Really dense.
Bro, they are
Denser
throwing
than
yourself
me,
at you. All
and
you
I
gotta
have
do is
made it
catch
clear
it.
up until this point, I am
You know what
not
I'm
the best
saying?
at relationships. The obvious red flags that his boss is showing are not enough for him to deny the offer. Well, even the strongest of Chads do simp for someone, I guess. This goes against everything I was taught. At the dinner, Goto confronts Yoshida about the rumor that he had a girlfriend. Apparently, she
That
thought
Korean
that Yoshida
barbecue?
was spending time
Facts?
with Mishima a lot. Perhaps the two were dating. Yoshida, however, denies the rumor and tells her that he loved only one person, her. And she rejected him, so that was the end of that. Not sure if Yoshida got what he wanted from this whole meeting, but Goto is pleased with what...
This man has it in his hands and he's admitting he's in love? You know who he needs? Sakamoto, bro. That's what he need, bro. He needed in his life.
she heard. She even tells him her size as a reward, I guess. Eye cups. Would you believe it?
See, and this is how you rebuttal this. She tells you the side, like, I don't believe it. Let me see. You know what I'm saying, chat? Listen, don't end up on a watch list, okay?
Eye-sized cups? ICUP, guys. I think
I remember
my
that joke.
humor is broken. Yoshida, dense as he is, doesn't make much of the whole thing and returns home. Sayu is waiting for him still and hands her the phone that he had bought for her. Safe to say, Sayu was extremely pleased with this. However, with gift and happiness comes insecurity, and that's
True.
exactly what Sayu starts to feel. Yoshida had been extremely kind to her and taken care of her, like no one else. Perhaps he had been too kind, as Sayu can't believe if everything was for real. For the past year, after running from home, Sayu had crashed with tons of men, and all of them had let her stay. In return, they used her body as payment.
That's
However,
crazy.
Yoshida had done no such thing. He only asked her to do her chores. This made Sayu feel that perhaps she was too expendable, and when Yoshida eventually gets a girlfriend, she would have to leave. Sayu feels
She about to
miserable
put
at this
that
and
pressure
hates
on
this
him.
feeling of uselessness. Why couldn't Yoshida just sleep with her like everyone else? At his office,
Son,
Mishima
what?
manages to persuade Yoshida to go to a movie after work with her. The two end up watching Morbius. I assume this is because...
Bro, tell me what. Bro, listen. It's so funny that you say that. Because let me tell you this lie that Netflix put on their app. All right? Look, I took a picture of it. All right? It's right here. Look at it. They said Morbius top 10 movie. We know that's a lie. Why would you say that?
because of the absolute delight they have on their faces after watching the movie, which only a 10 out of 10 rated movie like Morbius could bring. Before the movie, Yoshida had sent a message to Sayu that he was going to watch a movie and would be late. Sayu assumed that he was on a date and came to spy on him, only to see that he was in fact with Mishima. To make matters even more complicated, Mishima indirectly tells Yoshida that she likes him and even hugs him before they depart. Sayu notices this and realizes
Morbius's
that
butt,
perhaps
that's
he
what's
was
wrong with the
only
movie.
a hindrance to Yoshida.
It's really not as bad as people made it seem, to be honest. It was a terrible movie, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's like 4 out of 10 for sure.
And once again runs away. On her way back home, Mishima notices Sayu in the local park all alone. She approaches the teenager and tells her to go back from whence she came. When Sayu explains her situation and the dilemma about how she felt that she wasn't offering enough to someone who had been nothing but kind to her, Mishima suggests that Sayu open up completely and show her everything to the person. Just then, Yoshida rushes to the scene. He had been looking for her all around. Mishima lets the whole situation slide when she makes up on her own that the two must be siblings or something. She goes away, letting the two settle their differences. As soon as the two reach back to their apartment, Sayu gets naked down to her underpants. She had taken the whole open up advice a little too seriously. She offers herself once more to Yoshida, explaining that if he did so, she would feel glad that she was also giving him something in return for all that he had given her. Yoshida rejects her proposal once again, but corrects her thoughts in the process. She wasn't just staying with him rent-free and carefree, she was also giving him much-needed company. His life was so much better and more fun now that she was in it. While before he was a lackey with zero personal hygiene, he was now healthier, better looking, and careful with his life. Besides, he didn't love her like that. And she's also underage. Yoshida only likes women with big personalities. And that's where we're gonna have to
I think we should also put of age too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta throw that in there, alright? We can't just say he wasn't dating her cause she didn't have a big personality, alright? He wasn't knocking no boots cause she was underage. Okay? You know, it's a chat. Don't be no EDPs out here, alright? If you ever think about in your noggin doing something like that, get done. Alright, you're getting kicked out the HollaSquad. Say goodbye.
Leave it off today.
I didn't even mean to press that.
Yeah.
Hey, W chat, vampire girl convinces boy to sleep with her, but then what? Hey, we gotta watch some more of these. But listen, y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Until the next time I see y'all, peace.
Who said we ain't bout it? Test the gang and you'll get touched. She ride it, Kawasaki, roll my blinks and keep it quiet. Money is the motive, so we keep it on our mind. You get put in the stretcher, yellow tape, so please don't try.